Welcome to Find Your Fridays. Let's see what we've got going on here. Happy New Year. Welcome. All right, let me just hop over here and see. All right. I do like to hear myself talk sometimes, you know. Okay. Let's see if that works through now. There's one. Hey. Yay, it's working. Woo! Okay. Let's just refresh that. Sometimes StreamYard doesn't like to play the game, and sometimes it does. Okay, and now if I jump over there. Hi, Tamara. Happy New Year. Hello, Melinda. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing super duper well. All right. Yes. We're all good. We've done the things. We've done all the things. It took a little moment. I hope you guys, you lovely beings, have had an absolutely wonderful little couple of weeks. It's been full on for me between funeral and work and then Christmas and then camping and then work and then back into it, and it's like so yesterday, for example, I actually went and had a day to myself where I was radio silent with everybody, and like people message me and stuff, and I'm just like, get back to you tomorrow. And I just sat and I watched Netflix for the entire day. Hello, Amanda. Happy New Year. And to be honest, it was one of the best things I could have done, because today I woke up and I was just like, hi, hello world, I'm ready for you now. So yeah, what did you all get up to for Christmas, for New Year's? Did you do anything? Did you do nothing? I'd love to know. The tea we have in the brew today is from Higher Living. It is Zen Focus with Tulsi and Ashwagandha, amongst other things. It is this box here, in case you're wondering. Yummy. Nice purpley one. It has rosemary, Tulsi. Now, we know that Tulsi is one of my favorite teas in the world. Spearmint, gutu cola, lavender, ashwagandha, and that's it. So it's super lovely. Super lovely, and I'm really glad I've got it. I picked that one up from Woolies, I reckon. That was where I picked that one up from. But today, I was so super happy. Simon and I went off to the Central Markets. Now, if you know me, you know I don't tend to do like the city very much. It's not my jam. But he really wanted to go, and so I was like, okay, let's go. And I just sort of prepared myself and made sure I was chill and relaxed, which was handy because that was yesterday. And while we were there, I got to pick up some really nice bath soak stuff. One of them has black salt and lavender and stuff like that. It was for deep detoxing. And another one I got is purple, and it has oh gosh, it's got a certain flower in it that's really, really good. And I can't think of what it is. It's really good for dream state stuff, dream travel, all that sort of thing. So I can't, it's not pea flower. It can't come to me right now. It's all right. And then today at the markets, I found a couple more teas, but they're loose teas. So I'm gently, very gently, moving over towards loose leaf teas. And my only issue with that is that my tea caddy that I have is not deep enough for the types of containers that I can find. So I'm still on the hunt for something that's going to work with my tea caddy. And once I find those particular containers, and there has to be like 70 of them, then the teas that I have in there currently will slowly be moved into loose leaf. So that's where I'm at. But today I picked up Calm as Chamomile tea. Now, I never used to really like chamomile tea, but I like it when it's mixed in with other things. So this one here has citrus peel, rosehip, chamomile flower, lemongrass, hibiscus, catnip, St. John's wort, oat straw, and nanamint. So that will be a really lovely one, I think. I'm looking forward to giving that one a bit of a whirl. And the other tea I got today was Quiet Time tea. And it has lemon verbena, apple bits, literally called apple bits, lemongrass, fruit spice, cinnamon, fennel, raspberry leaves, silver lime blossoms, lemon balm leaves, cloves, rose blossom leaves. So lots of really yummy stuff in that, and just a couple of different flavors that I don't currently have. I haven't got anything with St. John's wort at the moment, I don't think. So just having that come into my collection is really cool. Tamara said we had a lovely Christmas this year. Son stated it was the best Christmas ever. Oh, fantastic. New Year's was a ton of fun and laughter playing singing games with the family. Oh, that's fantastic, Tamara. I'm so happy to hear that. Amanda, we ate lots, drank lots for Christmas, and we're in bed about 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Love it. I too was in bed around about 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve because I'd worked New Year's Eve, sorry. The last day of my working week tends to be the day that I get all of my washing done. So all of my work washing and sometimes even my personal clothes washing done on the last day of my work week, which of course this week was a Wednesday instead of a Thursday. And that quite often means I have quite a late one that night. And Wednesday night was no different. So I did end up seeing the new year in with Simon, which was really nice. And do you know what? It was lovely because for the first time in my adult life, I was not next to a partner that was passed out drunk. And that was very, very, very healing for me. So I was very, very happy to see the new year in, and we couldn't see any fireworks from where we are. From my house, but we could certainly hear them. So yeah, it was lovely, super lovely. Hi Holly, how have you been? I'm great. I have a very much a suntan glow, sunburn glow. I've hidden it a little bit with makeup, but yeah, we're at the peeling stage now from camping. So, but other than that, I'm feeling fine, feeling great, in fact. Oh, I don't like what they've done with my thingy over there. Hang on just a moment. Where is that? Oh, they've gone and changed some settings on me, and I'm not liking that. Oh dear. It's all good. I'll figure it out one day. I just realized that my little name down the bottom has been turned blue, and it's kind of boxy. And I don't know about you guys, but so, because that's not my thing. That's not how I like it. I like it. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. And I want my colour back. There we go. Lovely. So it doesn't take much to keep me happy. Just chilling, you know. So the other things that I did do over when I was away for camping is, as some of you will have seen, but maybe some of you haven't. So I took my brand new book, my, what is it? The New and Full Moon Magic Diary. And I cut off the very glued up spine part. And I got it spiral bound over at Officeworks. And the other thing I did was throughout, I played with a couple of ideas. And then I decided that just cutting the corners off, the sections, you can see it here. I've cut that corner off. The sections for each month. And there's an extra page that's cut off when it's the quarter. And what I did is nobody puts Lorene in a box. That's absolutely right, Amanda. I don't like that whole boxy thing. And you can see it just there. This is the quarter. So each quarter and each month and each quarter while I was away on camping, I got two, and I pulled one card for each month out of the Shaman's Oracle. And then on top of that, ended up, because it was only two, I pulled one of those as well. Oops, this way, which is the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians Oracle. So every month I have a different one of those to work with, which for January, I am to work with Mawalisa, which is about balance. I will read more into that probably after tonight while I'm waiting for this to download and do stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to seeing how each month goes and flows. And because I can tell you last year, when I reflected on each month, at the end of the month, it was like, oh, that was spot on. Every single one. So there was one really interesting one, which I thought you might like to know about, which was, because these are all related to me personally, but there was one here that I was like, wow, that's super specific. So I pulled it, and it was Crown Games. And immediately I got the vision of my passport and that I had to have it renewed by the end of that month. And I was like, huh? What's going on? I mean, it will need to be renewed anyway by June, if I remember rightly. But I was like, what's going on with that? And right down at the awareness was, get your passport in order. New Zealand government is going to do something weird do weird things around June. I was like, okay. So I've got to get it sorted in March. I don't know what the government's going to do, what the New Zealand government's going to do, but apparently my awareness knows, and it's telling me, get your shit in order. So there we go. Alrighty, so Melinda went to my son's for a late lunch on Christmas Day and stayed home and was in bed by 11 p.m. on New Year's, but got woken up at midnight with all the locals here in the street with their fireworks. Well, I hope you got to see some of them, Melinda, because that's pretty cool. Alrighty, January, where are we? So, July. So, moons. we have a lovely full moon, and apparently it's a super moon this week. Being that most of you are Southern Hemisphere people, I'm going to read to you what the Southern Hemisphere one would be, which is the equivalent of July, May, June, July. Where are you? Little old full moon. Nope, back one. Yes, there's a moon every night. You're quite correct. Right, so in the Northern Hemisphere, the full moon is on, or for everybody, the full moon is on the 3rd of January, which is for us in the Southern Hemisphere tomorrow. For the Northern Hemisphere, a day or two away. So in the Northern Hemisphere, it's called the wolf moon. So I'll read this. And the reason why I'm going to read both of them out now is because I've learned some interesting stuff around numerology. And given that we are all one planet, I believe that what my awareness is at the moment is that we are all affected, both the northern and southern hemispheres, by the weather, the temperature, all that sort of stuff that's going on in both sides, both parts of the world. We contribute to the northern, and the northern contributes to our southern. So I'm going to read both. So this first one is for the northern. Okay, so this one would be called the wolf moon for them. It's also known as the moon after Yule, old moon, ice moon, and snow moon, which makes sense because it's winter up there. When the full moon is in Cancer, emotions intensify and intuition deepens. Cancer, ruled by the moon, brings nurturing, sensitive energy that draws focus to home, family, and emotional healing. Under this influence, you may feel more protective, sentimental, and in need of comfort and connection. This is a powerful time for self-care rituals, emotional release, and strengthening bonds with loved ones. It's also an ideal moment for listening to your inner voice and honoring your deepest needs. Dreams and instincts are especially vivid, offering guidance from within. However, heightened sensitivity can bring mood swings, so it's important to stay grounded and practice gentle self-compassion. The full moon in Cancer invites you to slow down, make sure you cherish your emotional world, and reconnect with what truly nourishes your heart and soul. Okay, so we've got that up there at the moment. But we also have the buck moon, which is the one that would match with us here in the southern hemisphere at the moment. So take from this what you will. So upon this full moon will bring strong urge to be useful in society in order to justify one's position in the wider world. What is needed from self and for self may be underestimated. So this is talking about it being in the Capricorn position. Okay. It is important during this full moon to not seek approval. Inner values should be trusted in order to get rid of self-doubt, which may be harmful. So interesting things happening in the world. So what I'm seeing as a theme from both ways is be compassionate to yourself, be gentle with yourself, and whether you feel the urge to slow down or maybe speed up, roll with it, whatever it is. You might have feelings of both throughout this coming next couple of weeks, okay, while we move into the next new moon. So interesting times. Let us roll into our weekly, because yes, we are in Capricorn. we have the sign of Capricorn coming through, which is lovely. Or is that later on in the month? I'm still learning how the moon matches up with, like, the moon transits, how that matches up with the sun transits. So January, we are still in Aquarius, but we'll be Capricorn. Why do you say Capricorn? I don't understand. Somebody else can tell me. I don't understand. Cool. Let us jump over to our weekly reading for the collective. So, love to know if you received any gifts. What was one of the most special gifts that was given to you? And it could be something small. Might be just a moment. Hello over there on YouTube land. So we're just doing the shuffle for the cards for the collective for the 3rd of January through to the 9th of January, which of course includes that lovely full moon. Oh no. The card's fallen on the floor. Ugh. Excuse me for just a moment. You get to see all the candles that are sitting behind me. There we go. The hazards of sitting on a yoga ball. Melinda, a candle my granddaughter was so excited to give me for Christmas. Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. What color was it, Melinda? Tamara, my brother-in-law made a wooden dream catcher with my business logo in the middle. Oh my God, that would be gorgeous. Amanda, Matt got me a flake and I got him a Snickers. Other than that, it was just wonderful celebrating the year that we've had together. Oh, you guys are too cute. That's just very sweet and lovely. I love it. One of my most special gifts has been this. Is so super, super soft. It's like, and it's like, I'll just sit there at the table and just do this and hug it. And my friend Jessica actually gave this one to me. We saw it when I was stuck at the Elizabeth shopping centre for all day, and she kept me company in the morning, and she actually spotted this before I did, and she's like, "Ooh, come over here and have a look at this." And I was like, oh, isn't that just so lovely? Oh, so soft. And I left it there. I quite often do window shopping and I can appreciate things and not have to bring them home. But she saw how much I loved it and she loved the feel of it herself. And she's like, oh, I just have to get that for my friend. So a panda, because pandas are indeed my favorite animal. So, and I have lots of little pandas. But the thing that made me giggle about this one is it's got a beanie bum. These like little beans in its bum. And that just makes me laugh. So there we go. And then I got other lovely things too, but that's probably the standout for me for all of the gifts. I didn't get a lot, just saying. All right, let us have a look and see what we've got going on for this month. Okie dokie. Oh, for this week, I should say. Okay. So the card deck that we're working with for this one is The Secret Language of Your Soul by Ina Segal. Okay. So we've got this card here first, which is Rediscover Source and Come Home and Come Alive. So what I'm getting with this one is that after the last few weeks of so much going on with people and food and the craziness of Christmas and New Year's and blah, 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 blah. This week especially, and probably over this weekend, just take time to come back to being peaceful within yourself. Take a moment, take a day, take a half a day where you can just recenter, come home and just be quiet. You know, I know Melinda, you are in retail, so it can, as you know, be incredibly hectic over the Christmas New Year period, and just giving yourself some time and space to just be chill and not make yourself wrong for that. Please do that at some point over this next week. Melinda said the candle is in a pale pink jar. Fabulous. I love that. Amanda, I also won a Ninja Creamy, which makes ice cream and gelato. It comes out at the end of the month. Ooh. Yes, that is very nice. Very, very nice. I'm so happy for you, Amanda. Well done. So yes, take some time for yourselves. Take some time to just recenter, relax and recenter. Be gentle and kind. Have some chill moments. Okay, this coming week. We've got Uncover the Treasures of Your Hidden Heart. A rich bounty awaits. So this week, given that we've got the lovely full moon tomorrow, it seems to be a really good time to tap into your desires. And of course, we know that we are now in the year of the fire horse. And with that fire horse energy, there's some really vast forward moving energies. So it's an absolutely perfect time to direct those energies towards the things that you truly desire to have in your life, to increase in your life, whether that be peace and ease or happiness or good health or abundance or whatever it is for you. Okay, so what is hidden in your heart? What could you open up to find? Open that little box and find out what is in your heart. This next one comes as a follow-on from the previous, which often happens. Wait for a solution. Relax and it shall appear. Now, this is really interesting because what I'm getting from this one is that energy of, when you're working on something and it's just so confusing and you're trying to figure out a solution, but the more you look at it, the more confused you get and the solution just does not appear. And so you walk away, you have a cup of tea, you relax, or a coffee, whatever floats your boat, you relax. And then by the time you finish that cup of tea, quite often the solution is there. That's what taking the pressure off is. It's just you walk away, you let it breathe, let yourself breathe, get yourself out of your ego, and the solution will be there. So whatever you're struggling with this week, instead of trying to pick at it and trying to solution out and figure it out and putting all that pressure on figuring it out, walk away. Just go, I'm going to just pop this over here for a moment. I'm going to let it rest and see what comes up. Okay? So wait for the solution. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. And if it's more of a energetic, emotional thing rather than a physical thing that's happening, you can do the same and you say, okay, higher self, you show me. Or your spirit team, if you wish to work with your spirit team. It's like, bearing in mind, you are also part of your spirit team. Don't know if you realize that, but you are. And you can ask your spirit team, hey, can you show me? Show me the solution for this. And just let it go. Okay? Not surprising, this energy is coming up, given that a lot of people do New Year's resolutions at this time. Create a healthy structure. Preserve your inner world. So, this also taps into a post that I put up today of how do you treat your body? Do you treat it like it's your best friend, your best mate? Would you wish to hang out with you if you spoke to you, if your best friend spoke to you the same way that you speak to yourself and your sweet body? Create a healthy structure. If the only New Year's resolution you have for yourself this year is I am going to work on talking kindly to myself. If that's the only thing you do this year, you will walk out of this year, this next 12 months, in a much, much healthier space than you are today. If that's the only New Year's resolution you have, the only aim, target, goal, I'm going to speak more kindly. I'm just going to speak kindly and with compassion and lovingness towards myself. I'm going to treat myself as my own best friend. And it's tough sometimes when you're in a habit of speaking negatively about yourself. You know, some people do the old, what's it called? Where you just kind of try to make a joke about yourself, but you're actually putting yourself down. It's like, no more of that. So be gentle, okay? What other ways in your life? Because the thing is, if you speak more gently to yourself, here's the cool thing, right? You speak gently to yourself. You speak kindly to yourself. What that does is that it helps break that cycle of judgment in your world. And when you remove judgment out of your life in relation to your own body, there is no anger. Thank you, Tamara. Self-depreciation. Self-deprecation. Thank you. Not a mistake that I said depreciation first. But if you remove that judgment out of your world, you're no longer tapping into those other energies of guilt and resentment and particularly those two, guilt and resentment, right? Because it's a toxic little cycle, that one. You go into judgment and then you go into guilt because you've judged yourself. And then you go into resentment for the judgment and the guilt. And then it's just a cycle. It's an awful cycle. You take out that judgment and if you're only speaking nicely and kindly to yourself, what other choices will flow on from that? What other healthier choices? Will you be able to maybe tap into your intuition a little bit more easily because you'll no longer be doubting yourself because you speak kindly to you? So there we go. Amanda said, I decided not to make resolutions this year. I chose to work on changing the order of how my body reacts first to bring my body and mind back into balance. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love that. So one of the my targets for this year, because I'm a bit like you, Amanda, I'd rather work on maybe one thing, and that's what I'm getting out of this too. It's like just work on that one little thing. But it's funny because that one little thing, like talking kindly to yourself, can have such massive flow-on effects for everything else. It's like if you're talking kindly to you and you're an emotional eater and you're no longer feeding your internals with negativity because you're only talking kindly to yourself, the emotional eating won't need to happen anymore. because you won't be trying to fill up a horrible gap within you that you've created yourself. Amazing. So there we go. Let's have our yummy card. That's just one example, right? And because the other thing is, if you don't talk unkindly to yourself, that then of course has a ripple effect moving outwards of you no longer think unkindly about other people either. Most people I know would never say unkind things about another person to their face. But yes, it's interesting. This week to come, please be joyous. Remember you're joyous. Remember your joy. Remember your kindness. Remember to just, what joyous things can you bring into your world that's going to help uncover the hidden secrets of your hearts. Alrighty, so that's the message for the collective. For all of you listening for this next week. I'm excited. All right, Tamara, my sweet one, you have donated, and I'm very, very, very appreciative of that. What would your question be for this week to come? Ooh, can we break that down a bit shorter? Because a lot can happen within a year. A lot. I'll put it to you this way. For me to do the card readings that I did for each month took about 3 hours to do that for myself. So I don't think we have time to do that today, darling. And yes, I get that you're asking for your main themes, but there can be a lot of very intricate things that'll float in and out of a year, and a lot of minor things, a lot of major things. So just if you want to just refine that just slightly, I can try for a main theme. Let's see. Yes, Tamara, thank you. Let's see. So what is the themes for Tamara for first 4 months? Kirsty, I'd love to talk to you about what's going on in your world, and also bear in mind that I come from a history of healthy and not healthy relationships. So the perspective I have now on what you're going through comes from a healed space of a marriage where there was borderline personality disorder, narcissism, and gaslighting. Okay, so cool. Just quickly, until I come back to Tamara. The first thing that you've said is, I'll just show this up tomorrow and then I'll come back to you, okay, darling? Are me and my husband going to last? I'll try and make him happy, do everything for him. It doesn't seem to get anywhere. That's exactly right, and it won't. Because you have lost yourself, okay? When we as women forget who we are and we try to wrap our lives around men, our partners, it doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man, to be honest. When we wrap our life around our partner and we do not take care of ourselves, it's never going to work because the balance is out. Okay? So I don't really want to say advice. My hint and tip for you, darling, is find a way to find yourself. Find a way to tap back into your femininity. Find out what it is that makes your heart sing and start doing that. And it's going to create some problems. It's going to create some ripples because when he's used to you doing everything for him, he's not going to be happy about it when you start doing stuff for yourself. But to keep doing it. Okay? One of my most greatest saving graces during my time with that husband was I was in theatre. I love doing theatre. Backstage work was my jam. And it was a saving grace because it kept me centered and it helped me to focus on something away from the home, away from him. And that's also, he didn't like that very much, but it made me feel good. It made me feel calm. I can guarantee you right now that you are in high survival mode. And one of the best things you can do is start looking at polyvagal theory. Okay. There's a beautiful book by Deb Dana. And it is called, let me just bring it up on my Audible. And if you get the book, I would highly recommend you get it in printed form because there's exercises and stuff to do. Okay. And this will help you to start tap into what is true for you. Okay. And it is called Polyvagal Practices. Okay. Anchoring the self in safety. All right. So, Deb Dana, I'll write it down here. This will really help you to comprehend where you're at from a neurological point of view and then start working on some of that self-healing. The other thing that I would suggest is you go and find yourself a counselor who practices or specializes in polyvagal theory and trauma bonding. Okay. Cool. All right. There you go, Kirsty. Hope that helps. There's a lot more going on behind, like layered underneath this relationship that actually probably goes back to your childhood, as so much of it does. All right. So just putting that out there for you. And hopefully that you can start leading yourself through some self-healing and then keep moving forward. Okay. And who knows, maybe your husband will actually enjoy the fact that you're taking some time to yourself. Okay, interesting. I'm sorry, it's not showing up on Facebook. Oh, that's so irritating. So yes, you're welcome, Christy. So yeah, Dib Dana, polyvagal practices anchoring the self and safety. So I'm just going to show that up there so you can write it down just quickly. Okay. Personally, my healing journey from, I was talking about this with Simon today, actually. My healing journey from being in survival mode my entire life, like even before I was born, through to August this year. That's been a 47-year journey. And most intently, my healing started about 10 years ago. But there was a gentle lead into that. The beautiful thing for you, Christy, is you don't have to take as long as I did. Because there are so many people, myself included, that have done this process already. We've energetically opened these pathways for you to be able to walk through with a hell of a lot more ease than what I had. So, yeah. A counselor who specializes in polyvagal theory and trauma bonding will really, really help you. Find some energetic healers as well. They'll really help you. And depending on where you live, I do energetic sessions myself in person. It's always wonderful to do. I'm in Adelaide. I don't know where you are. Yeah, it's all good stuff. All good stuff. Amanda said, I've been losing weight because, well, yeah, living in a caravan on the road has been extremely easy to eat out a lot. I've started talking extremely nicely to my body, telling her how grateful and proud I am of it, and how amazingly incredible it has been losing each week. And that talking nicely to my body has definitely helped my mind too. Yes, exactly. It's like, all that monkey mind stuff, it disappears. It's amazing. All right. Thank you for your patience, Tamara. Look, at the end of the day, my journey with my first husband, my family, all that sort of stuff, has led me to be the person I am today. And in a lot of ways, and I know this sounds crazy, but it was necessary. And it was necessary because I had to learn kindness, compassion. I had to learn diplomacy. I had to learn how to be the wounded healer, the healed wounded healer. I had to learn how to do all of that. And the only way that I could do it effectively for me is to experience it. I am essentially a kinesthetic learner. I learn through doing. So for me to be able to connect in the way that I do with loads of different people and all of their traumatic situations is having been through trauma myself. So I'm a street smart skill, not necessarily a book smart skill, but I'm a book smart skill too. So there we go. Alrighty, Tamara. Let's have a look. So we're working with the Heart Tarot. Psychic for the psych. This is Psychic Tarot for the heart. All right. Oh, that's this one. No. Right. Tamara, yes, I have a PhD in life experience. Yeah. It's like I was talking with Simon today about something, and I referred to something that happened back when I was young. And I said to him, oh, yeah, don't worry. I haven't told you about that yet. It'll happen. Meh. He's like, do I know about that? And I'm like, no, not yet. And he's been in my life since October. There's a lot. There's a lot that I've experienced in my life. And it's okay. See, I'm still smiling. It's all good. Thank God. Right, tomorrow, January. Seek the truth. Keywords are intuition, question, deception, and inequity. Intuition is a powerful ally, and now is a good time to follow and trust your inner promptings. It may be that not all is as it seems in some part of your relationships. Use your psychic senses to determine which of your associations may be questionable. Trust in what your intuition is saying right now. As much as you'd like to trust these people or this person, it's important to question their motives. Be cautious about sharing your most private thoughts and feelings in order to avoid allowing yourself to be placed in a vulnerable position. Be diligent in psychically scanning your interactions for possible deception. Be wary of one-sided relationships in which the other person is not participating fully or is avoiding obligations and responsibility. Now is the ideal opportunity to get to the bottom of this behavior, and certainly at all times be sure that your role in your relationships is above board and based on honesty. All right. So what I'm seeing here for you, my dear, for January is it's a bit of a stock take. It's a bit of a stock take on the people that you have in your closest circle versus the people that you have in, your acquaintances and things like that. There will be, because we've had such a big shift and an energy, particularly around the end of a 9-year and the starting of a 1-year cycle, the first year of a 9-year cycle. Some of those people that have been brought through from the 9 to the 1 will possibly be people that you have kind of just sort of hung on to because of obligation. I think it's just one person that's got a bit of a crick in your craw. So be mindful of that person, and just observe how they are with you this month and see if you wish to keep them in your close circle or not. Okay. It's truth that they're in your close circle, or no, they're in your acquaintance circle, so not quite as close. Maybe you've already slightly shifted them out. But yeah, they're going to spark up this month. To Amanda, I'm a bogan, but my stories can still help people. Of course. You're so funny. A bogan. All right. February. It's amazing though, Tamara, like we may not have many in our very close circle, but our acquaintance circle can be quite a lot bigger. And it's kind of fascinating how many people are sitting in that side of things that are still trying to energy vampire you. And like, you might not talk to them all the time. You may only talk to them, once every few weeks or whatever, but they're still energetically doing this. They're watching what you do on Facebook, they're liking and stuff, but they're not really interacting with you in a wholesome, honoring kind of a way. And those are the ones that they're asking you to have a look at. Okay. February, rebuild. Keywords: collapse, expose, create, pretense, revelation, and awareness. The dynamics of a relationship can often be complicated. The longer you've been in a relationship, the more complex it can be. Relationships begin to grow many layers consisting of joys, sorrows, honesty, and duplicity. As these layers build on top of each other, it becomes increasingly difficult to know what the core of the relationship is based on, and what was once love may now appear to be merely tolerance or even worse. Even in good relationships, you may find yourself growing apart from the other person. In either case, the weight of these layers can cause a relationship to collapse. Now may be a good time to start fresh with one or more of your relationships. Peel off the layers one by one, cut away any pretense, and see what may be revealed. Find the core of the relationship and decide if it's still what you wish and what you find attractive. If so, then discard the old layers and consciously create a new commitment to this person or persons, one based on truth, honesty, and love. Use this awareness gained by this exercise to steer the relationship on a clear and steady course. The same applies to rebuilding the relationship with yourself. Examine your many layers, joys and sorrows, successes and failures, and think about how they're affecting your ability to love yourself and therefore to find love. Expose the false voices that tell you that you're unworthy and silence them. When you do, your true value will be revealed. Rebuild your life around unconditional love for yourself and invite the unconditional love from others. Your affirmation from this one, and the traditional tarot archetype is the Tower. I cut to the core of my relationships and consciously rebuild them. So interestingly, as I was reading this, I was like quietly in my head going, is this about another relationship or is this the relationship with herself? This is the relationship with yourself. Okay. So in February, your focus is going to be on you. It's going to be on being kind and gentle and rebuilding yourself, much like Amanda has done, and taking that time to acknowledge and also to feel grateful for your dark side, your shadow side, as well as your light side. And it's about being an allowance of both. And in being in allowance for both your dark side or your shadow side and your light side, there's no judgment there. So when you've got no judgment about your shadow side, what do you know? All of the other stuff that comes along with that disappears too. Doesn't mean your shadow side doesn't exist. What it does mean is that you wear it with pride. It's like, yeah, I'm a whole person. I have moments where, you know what? I get sad, upset, whatever it is. Okay? February. All right. March. Let's go the other way. Nope. Nope. It's fun trying to find them in this book because it's like, where are you? Okay. January, February, March. My dear, you are going to be focused on your throat. So you've got your color is blue. Your sound is ham. Your element is sound. Your gland is your thyroid. And your keywords are I speak. Located in the throat area, this chakra is associated with communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clear audience or inner hearing. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and others in the creative arts have active throat chakras. To activate this chakra, use your voice in some way. Sing, chant, hum, laugh, make some noise. Energizing this chakra will help you speak your truth in a clear and kind manner, improving your relationships and increasing your sense of well-being. So for the month of March, your throat chakra is going to be a very big focus for you. There might be, I'm getting the sense there's possibly going to be some stuff coming up where you have to speak up. You have to honor yourself. You have to speak up. And I was also, from a more creative business sense, getting something that you're going to be releasing. You're going to be facilitating something in March that's going to be requiring you to use your voice in a really different way to what you have before. Okay, so interesting stuff for March. Alrighty, and finally, April. Refusing to see. What are you refusing to see in April? I don't know. Your keywords are assess, decide, impasse, and honesty. This card speaks about how important it is to see the relationships as they really are, rather than how you'd like them to be. Fall in love with the possibility. Potential. Not just the possibilities, but the potential. Remembering that potential comes with judgment. Isn't that fun? This is not always an easy or comfortable thing to do. However, in order to make correct decisions in a relationship, you must be clear about it. Are you maintaining the status quo even though the current situation may not meet your needs? Are you in an emotional impasse in a matter of the heart? At this time, you may be withdrawing emotionally from a relationship or the need to make a decision regarding that relationship. This does not serve your best interests. You must open your eyes and your heart to the truth. By honestly assessing the situation, you'll know just what you require to do. Knowing the truth will make your decision easier and will lead you into more fulfilling relationships. Okay, so take those rose-tinted glasses off and see it for what it is. So let me see. Oh, this is the relationship that you have with the business. So I just went through, I went romantic relationship, friendship, family, partner, potential partner, kids, self, business. Oh, we got a light on the business. Okay. So be aware of where you're projecting onto your business and not allowing your business to have its own consciousness and its own conversation. Okay. And contribution to the growing of what you're doing together. Okay. So you're going to have a big focus on business in April. Okay. How's that for some themes for you? Oh, there we go. So your yummy card, Miss Tamara, is imagination. Can you imagine how much I love you? So yes, use your imagination. Think outside the square. Be open enough to the possibilities of how much growth you can have, how wonderfully you can use your voice, and try not to get too stuck on a certain way of doing things. Okay. Thank you so much for kicking off the new year, Tamara. I am so, so grateful for you. It is an absolute pleasure to read for you, and I look forward to seeing where else you go this year. It looks to be going to be an interesting year so far for you. There's going to be still some clearing out. You know, the fire energy is absolutely, it's forward energy, but it's also about get rid of that old shit. It's great. Love it. Absolutely love it. All righty. Thank you, Tamara. Malik over on YouTube. Hello. Hello, darling. Alrighty, Miss Christine. Okay. What am I going to do? All right. Christine, who has also donated. I'm so super grateful for you. Let's see how we go with this. Scared, since what am I going to do is minimize, scale back property management and move in another direction, studying for my state boards exam and be the therapist that I went to graduate school. Okay, cool. All right. I'm just reading your other messages here, Christine, which says stuff around stability with the new paths. And you're scared since what you found out. Basically, your dad and girlfriend and brother are canoodling secretly, and you've just found that out. So you're sort of a little bit like shaken up, and you're feeling like you have to defend yourself, which is never nice. So, okie dokie. Let me have a look. First of all, here. Okay. Truth, show me yes. Truth, show me no. Okay, so you can see the difference. Okay, so truth. What will it create for Christine in 100 years' time if she scales back her involvement in the property? So at the moment, the pendulum is going around in circles, just so you know. Here we go, it's settled. That's a yes. That's going to create more for you, darling, if you do scale back your involvement in the property management side of things. Okay, so truth. What will it create if Christine studies and takes her state board exams? So what will it, so truth, what will it create in 100 years' time if Christine studies and studies for her state board exams and takes them this year? That's a very clear yes. Truth, what will it create in 100 years' time if Christine becomes a therapist? Again, that's a yes. Cool. So yeah, truth. Okay, I'm going to ask one more question. Truth, what will it create in 100 years' time if Christine backs out of all of the legal stuff with her dad? Now, obviously, for this, you have to go with what works for you, darling. But currently, the pendulum is saying that if you shift your focus away from what's happening with your dad, basically it's you against 3 other people right now, or 2.5. It's doing nothing but hurting you. So you really have to work on yourself. Do something for yourself. Okay, so yes, let go of some of the stuff with the property management, back out of the stuff with your dad, because quite clearly they have things very much worked out. Thanks for the validation with the guides. Really sad since the false narrative and all the lies are coming out with the dad and the girlfriend and the brother. Yeah, I know. It is very sad. And I can only hope and pray that it will all sort of work itself out in the end. But don't lose yourself in the process. Okay, so do your studies, get that ball rolling again, and become a contribution to the society that you wish to be. Come into your heart's desire. Come back to that. Okay. It's a big, heavy one, my love, and it's a shame that it's still playing on through. But also, please know it won't be forever. Unfortunately at the same time, because you know that one of two things: when the money runs out, she'll be gone, she'll go. Or number two, when he goes, your dad goes permanently, she'll be gone then too. So one way or the other, you know. Lawyers are concerned since they know my brother. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot for you to deal with, darling. And it's a shame you haven't got anybody else around you to help out, to give you some support where you are. I don't know if you've got any aunties or uncles or anything like that floating around, or if they've already been convinced one way or the other. That might be something you could look into. But just, come back to focusing on yourself. Okay? I trust and hope that everything else works out okay, and take care of your beautiful, sweet body. And there is one card that I'd like to pull for you. You've got your mum's brother. Wow. Have you reached out to him at all? Because he might be, he might be more of an ally than you've considered. Good. You've just said that Your uncle said he can help out since this happened before with the theft. So reach out to him, okay? Lean on him a little bit, because this isn't something that you have to do by yourself. All right, so the card that I pulled for you was from the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck, and it is the Mermaid of Lemuria, which is joy. All right. So look who's splashed into your life today. With a playful flick of her shimmering tail, this mermaid showers you with droplets of Lemurian light. She says, I see how much time and energy you spend worrying about the future. You're trying to control and plan everything out of fear. This approach is outworn and it dulls your radiance. I'm here to clear you of rigid, anxious patterns that sap your life force and cloud your spiritual vision. When was the last time you played and had fun? Leave work for now and let your hair down. Trust that it's safe to drop your routines for a while, lighten up and dance with the flow of life. Joy is your birthright and opens up creative solutions. Connecting to simple joys is the answer to any life challenge you may be handling right now. Drawing this card heralds an energy shift. You've got Lemurian wisdom waiting in your cells, ready to be expressed. Let the mermaid melt away your hard edges, soften your heart, and reattune your energy to sacred joy. You're about to dive deep into the divine waters that have been long calling your name. All right. So practice Lemurian or mermaid meditation journeys. Sacred geometry is accelerating your spiritual development. Place pictures on your altar, wear jewelry, visualize symbols in meditation to activate Lemurian knowledge. Use crystal grids to amplify your Lemurian energy. Visit or move to the coast. Express your feminine energy and sensuality. Your invocation: I create pockets of joy every day. I swim with the tide of life. All right. And you said, how interesting. I have been getting a lot of mermaid YouTube that I have been watching. See, they're telling you. So when I pulled this card, I asked for who can support you this year. Okay. And this is the card that came out. So allow the Mermaid of Lemuria to support you, to remind you of the joy and the fun of life. Because we forget when we're tied up in heavy stuff like what's going on with your family. So spend some time at the beach if you can, or go to the beach, take a little trip and enjoy some water time. Some time in the sand, just standing on the edge of the beach and feeling the sand moving underneath your feet and how it sort of tickles, but it's fun and it pulls and it pushes and makes you lose your balance a little bit, which can be a bit fun, you know. Enjoy that. Play with her. Have fun with her this year. All right. Thank you, Christine. I adore you. And I wish you the best of luck with everything that you're doing this year. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, I know what I haven't got up there. How interesting. Where is it? It's there. Ha! We're missing that one. And we're missing this one. Far out. Brussels sprout. Tamara, are you still floating around, darling? Tamara. Catherine, Happy New Year, darling. Happy New Year. Have you kept cool today, Catherine? I'm trying to ignore it, but apparently we're heading into some hot weather next week. Aren't we so lucky? Hot weather. Tamara, are you still floating around, darling, or have you disappeared? Melinda, you still there, darling? So, sort of. My list. I love a list. Good list. Yay. Okay. Melinda, would you like a god, goddess, or guardian to help support you this year? Ooh. Choose to play with her or not. It's up to you. I pulled Bridget for you. So you are a healer. Mm-hmm. The Celtic goddess of the flame and the well has arrived to take you across the threshold. This is a reinitiation into your ancient healing powers from Mother Earth. Bridget boldly declares you are a healer. You carry tools, remedies, and skills earned during previous incarnations. The healing energy of the goddess is embedded in your cells. If you require healing yourself, let Bridget's light blessings light the way. Strengthen your belief in your own power to heal. Or are you being called to facilitate healing for others? Remember, a healer's job isn't to rescue people from their problems. It's a humble role that helps people call in their own highest vision of health and well-being. It's always the person who's receiving the healing who chooses how, when, and to what extent they're ready to heal. The powerful ancient healer inside you may be scared of coming forwards. You may be fearful of ridicule, criticism, or even punishment. Long ago, the deep knowledge you carry was stolen, discredited, and used against you. But it is safe now to light up the world with your healing gifts. You are here to facilitate deep healing for other beings and for Mother Earth. Additional meanings: be optimistic and proactive about healing yourself. You are stronger than you think. Use complementary or integrative therapies in combination with conventional medicine, which you already do. An important spiritual gateway is opening, so cross the threshold with positive expectations. Spring clean your home to create space for new energy. Visit Bridget's holy wells in Ireland, for example, County Kildare. There you go. That's where you're going to go visit. You're going to go to Ireland. I'll come. I'll put myself in your suitcase. Invocation. Healing energies flow through me from the goddess. It's safe to heal. Okay. So she's pretty amazing. Bridget is here to help you this year. Okay. So she's pretty amazing. Read up about her and allow her to come into your life. So if you see a fiery redhead, it might be Bridget. All right. So thank you, Melinda. Catherine. Catherine. You said, yes, beach weather, but reluctant to swim because algal bloom problem. I would stay well the fuck away. I have still not quite finished dealing with exposure to algal bloom. And I just walked on the beach in bare feet 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, went for a walk down Henley Beach near the water's edge, didn't even go in the water. And on the way back, like when we went for a walk, we saw one fish on the, like dead fish on the water's edge. It was missing a tail completely, but the rest of it was completely intact. And the birds, there was loads of seagulls floating around and none of them were touching it. When we got back towards the jetty, there was a little bit of foam. That was it. But I could feel my feet starting to feel like they were burning. We were walking at 8:30 at night. So it wasn't like the beach was hot. And went up, tried to wash my feet off. That night, bearing in mind, I have not been sick with a cough, cold, or flu for over 8 years. And it was, my throat was swollen up that night. I was snoring. And then I started coughing. It had gotten up into my sinuses and then went down into my chest. Only lightly at the top part of my chest because I was managing to keep it up and out. But yes. So I'm now at a point where I have, because I've been on a tincture for the last few days, made by the beautiful Janet down at the Hedge Witch Apothecary in Yankalilla. And that has helped me out a truck ton in most of the ways. The only problem is it's got an alcohol base because we didn't have that conversation before she made it and I didn't want to remake it. So I am also dealing with the alcohol sensitivity that I have. But the tincture itself is doing a wonderful job of getting it up, out my throat, like out of my chest. It's cleared up my throat and it's clearing up my sinuses beautifully. So just saying, yes, I would stay the fuck away from the beach at the moment. No, it's no joke. They are paying people $30 an hour to go down first thing in the morning and clear up all the dead fish off of the beach so that the people, the tourists and stuff will still go down there and be like, nothing's wrong. So, yeah, go elsewhere at the moment. Zach, I need to find the courage to step into another new year. It will be the third year without mum. I would love any and all direction, guidance, revelation from the energetic influences. Grateful. I can't remember everything that's in the tincture. It's got several things, and they're all she intuitively chose them for all their different properties. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there though. She went through and explained it. Some of it is liver-based stuff. A lot of it was about repairing the cells and the mucous membranes, because that's what the algal bloom does, is that it breaks through and starts to break through your mucous membranes. That's why you get inflamed and that's why it hits your sinuses, it hits your chest, it hits your throat. And so some of the stuff in there is around repairing those membranes, but it's also helping to break up the inflammation, like reduce the inflammation, all that sort of stuff. I've also been taking a lot of Tulsi tea, very strong Tulsi tea. Nettle tea is the other thing. I've been having Tulsi and nettle together because they've got strong antihistamines in it. And Honey is another thing that I've been having quite a bit of, along with my tea. And having those few days away in the bush was really good. Getting some natural air flowing around me, some very highly oxygenated air, which was wonderful. Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, and having like rip roaring coughing fits, that hasn't been pleasant. So yeah, and I saw a post today about two young girls that I'm going to say late primary school, early high school, sort of like that 12 to 13, 14-year age bracket, where they went down swimming earlier this week at Henley Beach, and one of them has come back so sick that she's now got kidney problems. And they're both very sick. That night, one of them was vomiting. So, yeah, it's not good. It's just not good at all. So, yeah, I'm grateful it's up out of my lungs now mostly. So thank God for that. Yeah. But thank you, mullein tea, for my lungs. I don't have mullein tea, so... And I don't have it in my two little teas up there either. Oh dear. I look energized, I know. Because I did some body work today as well. I ran my partner's bars and stuff. So it was really good to get some of those fantastic energies flowing. All right, Catherine, would you like a goddess to play with? A goddess? Woo! Guardian? Zach, just want to say your mum's with you, darling. I just checked. She's out of her life review time, and she's back around you and as part of your spirit team. So you might be starting to feel a little bit. She was up in review time for a while, but I feel like in the last 5 weeks, she's stepped back in to your world. Okay, so she's there. She's just there as part of your spirit team. You can call them your guides if you like. And she's ready for you to step forward to. Okay, to step up and step forward. Okay. Catherine. Let me pull a goddess for you, my darling. Yes. Ooh. All righty. All right. Catherine. You got sauce. How cool. Check out that eye makeup. That's cool, hey? All right, so you got the divine masculine. Be a conduit for awakened masculine energy. Heal the father wound. Okay. So Thoth was a high priest in Atlantis before becoming Jehuti, ancient Egyptian god of magic, wisdom, writing, and knowledge. In art, he was often depicted with the head of an ibis, his sacred animal. Ascribed to the gods, the ancient Egyptians attributed to him all works of science, religion, philosophy, and magic. The ancient Greeks called him Hermes and worshipped him as the inventor of astronomy, astrology, mathematics, and every branch of knowledge, human and divine. Thoth holds the divine masculine essence, where being active, purposeful, strategic, and logical synergizes with a healing sacred purpose. Thoth is stewarding a conscious, heart-opening, soul-aligned masculine awakening. Your purpose is to activate the divine masculine on earth. This mission will take you into numerous life lessons and personal trials as you heal your own heart and awaken to your spiritual wisdom. You have the capacity to lead by example and become a noble teacher for others. When Thoth appears, it's a powerful message of healing through personal responsibility and stepping up to sacred duty. You're healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men, but can be present in women or other gender identities. Examples of wounded masculine energy are a fear of being vulnerable, living only in your head, inability to be present, numbing yourself with addictions, being ego-driven, controlling or dominating others, and emotional unavailability. A soul teacher is coming into your life and embodying divine masculine qualities. Clear communication, self-inquiry and understanding, connection to emotions, reverence for the awakened feminine, and responsibility for actions and connected to spirit. Drawing this card can point to healing the relationship with your father. This will help you to claim your soul's purpose. You're trusted and appreciated. Your awakened masculine light is needed by the world. Additional meanings. This is a message of love from your father. You can trust the man about whom you're inquiring, or join or lead a men's or male identifying spiritual growth group. I don't get that last one's for you. Invocation. My life is guided by the eternal masculine. I commit to this path. So for you, my dear Catherine, there's some balancing between your masculine, your divine masculine and your divine feminine energies. And also you have somebody in your world who you are activating their divine masculine. It's going to be an interesting year for you of balancing out this energy, and particularly with those where it was saying about the examples of a wounded masculine energy. I'm sure you can identify with that and to some degrees, because obviously we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. And so therefore it's your time to heal your wounded masculine energies this year. So enjoy working with Thoth if you choose to. Don't have to, but he's happy to be there to help you. Okay. And with that, you're potentially, it's not even just, I actually get it's more so that your energy and helping yourself to rebalance and heal that father energy, the wounded masculine, and potentially the energetic relationship with your dad, and to become peaceful with that, or even at the very least neutral. That's also going to be really, really helpful with connecting with others who require that kind of guidance too. Okay. Yes. Yay. Thoth. Enjoy working with him. Alrighty. Zach, would you like to have a god, goddess, and guardian or guardian come and play with you this year? Would you like to know what that is? Don't know if Zach's still floating around. He might be. Malik, would you also like me to pull a god, goddess, guardian for you? Oh, yay, Zach, would you like one too? Yay. Cool. Let's see. Who would like to play this or guide or support is a good way. Truth, who would like to support Zach this year? Oh, that was a quick one. Oh, no. How am I going to say that one? Oh, dear. Zach, you were talking about your mum. There's some interesting energies in there for you. I went on a journey 4 years ago. And in this journey 4 years ago, a healing journey, there was a section that I had to do, and it was using the tools of theta healing. And one of the parts that we had to deal with, or work through rather, not deal with, but work through, was everybody in our world that we felt rejected by, and everybody in our world that we felt resentment for. And the interesting thing is that, like, the rejection, okay, that's obvious. And I did the thing of, like, just everybody in my world. And there was like 80-something people or groups. Because when I do something, I don't do it by halves. I do like full on. I'm all in, right? Especially if it can be done in a short period of time. And when it came to the resentment list, one of the ones that popped up in there, which I never, ever, ever would have imagined in a million years, was my granddad. So my mum's dad and I were like best little buddies. We did a lot of healing with each other, and a lot of it I didn't become aware of how much I healed him with my presence until after he had passed. And the reason that there was resentment there between myself and my granddad, was because I resented the fact that he died. He was like my one stability in relation to my family. He was the one guiding bright spark within my family structure that held me safe, and he died. And I didn't realize it until I did this process, how fucking angry I was with him. And it was hard for me to admit that I was actually really resentful and angry at my most beloved family member. I was like, no, how could that even be? But the truth is that was there. That energy was there. And the reason why this is coming up is because Tu Sol Teot has come up for you. And Tu Sol Teot is about forgiveness. Okay. So Tu Sol Teot is a Mesoamerican earth mother of the Aztecs and Huasec, an indigenous Mexican people. A patroness of midwives, she's known primarily as the fifth deity. Her name derives from the Nahuatl word for garbage. Said to be the eater of impurities, she had connections with lust, vice, and ritual purification. She could lure people to commit immoral acts, but would absolve them afterwards. People confess their worst misdeeds to say, Tol Sol Teot, through her priests, and received total forgiveness. She's associated with childbirth, witchcraft, moon cycles, menstruation, cotton, and broomsticks. When you've said or done something you regret, it can weigh heavily on your heart. It doesn't matter how long ago the mistake was made, You can go on punishing yourself for a lifetime. If someone hurt, betrayed, or disappointed you, it can be extremely challenging to let go of the harm that it caused. Tuso Teot brings forward the most potent healing method that exists in our universe, forgiveness. She says, you've chosen a profound spiritual practice. This process may transform your life. Holding on to guilt or resentment eats away at the body and spirit. Bitterness is unprocessed anger and will only fester, doing nothing to bring about healing change. This does not mean you condone abusive or cruel acts. It doesn't mean that you forget or deny the harm. It means acknowledging that in order to move forwards in life, to claim both healing and happiness, you must work on forgiving yourself and others. Just being willing is enough. Say an emphatic prayer to bring the energy of forgiveness into your heart. I will take care of the rest. Forgiving is not always easy. It needs careful and thorough attention. It may not happen overnight, but remember, there's nothing on earth that cannot be healed through the miracle of forgiveness. Additional meanings for this card is reconciliation within a key relationship is within reach. If you've experienced abuse or trauma, seek appropriate help or offer a genuine apology. Your invocation, I forgive myself, I forgive them, I set us both free. There's a book. I don't know if you've ever heard of the concept of Ho'oponopono. So Ho'oponopono is linked up with this forgiveness thing. And there is a book. I just need to make sure I tell you the right way to do it. Okay, let me just... It's called Zero Limits, and it is by Joe Vitale and Hewlin, if I remember rightly. But Joe Vitale will get you in the right direction. So Zero Limits is what it is called. It is about the history of Ho'oponopono. It shows you how to use Ho'oponopono. It is a very, very simple tool. But to really comprehend how it works and how it works on the forgiveness side of things, which is where you're being directed to go this year, I would highly recommend you read that book. It's a fairly thin book and you can just listen to it. Listening to it is really great too. If you're into Audible books and that sort of thing. Don't think I've got it sitting here. No, I don't. But like I said, it's only a thin book. Really, really, really good stuff. Okay. And it is very potent, very powerful, and helps you to see the gift of forgiveness and how it can help lighten your heart and give you the possibility of moving forward with a lot more ease. Okay. So there we go, Zach. Love yourself. Love your mum. Forgive your mum for dying. And yeah, because you know this world's a bloody hard one without our most dearest treasured people. So I get it. All right. Thank you for coming to play. Malik, your turn. Let us see. Yeah, Catherine, I look forward to seeing how that plays out for you too. I have to check back in 12 months' time. How did you go with balancing your divine masculine energies? And sometimes that looks like bringing your feminine energies up. So yeah. You're welcome, Zach. You're absolutely welcome. My pleasure. I wasn't sure that this was going to come out today, but it was calling on me to do this for you guys. So Malik. Don't know if you're still here. All right. What I love is that everybody is coming up with different ones, which is really cool. I love that. Malak, you got Ra, which is to share your gift. The perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. Ra, or Re, was the god of heaven, the sun, and the origin of life in Egyptian mythology. Described as the creator of everything, he was so powerful and popular, and his worship so enduring, that some scholars say that Egyptian religion only had one god, Ra. The Egyptians built solar temples in his honor. Throughout the dynastic periods, he took many other blended forms, such as, Ra, Hokati, and Amon-Ra. Ra was the high priest in Atlantis and watches over those who are now rediscovering their ancient Atlantean gifts. Ooh. What are you waiting for? What do you keep putting off until tomorrow? You're locked up in a frustrating cycle of inaction, and it's holding you back from contributing and creating and sharing. Ra leads you into his temple and declares, the world requires what you have to give. There's no such thing as the perfect time to share your creations and energy. Have you used every excuse under the sun for why you can't do what you require to do? This procrastination is a smokescreen for your fears. Yes, it can feel scary to reveal your talents and ideas, but this is what we require from you. Sharing your deepest gift will open the heart of humanity. Don't wait anymore, or you'll be waiting your whole life. Take guided action now and not later. Give generously of your radiant sun's light. It will be returned to you multiplied, and you'll feel more alive than ever before. There are times when patience and more preparation are required, but not now. This is a definite yes to move forwards and place your gift on the collective sacred altar. You'll never feel completely ready to give your deepest soul gifts, so start now. Launch a new business or project. Stop taking innumerable courses, training, or workshops and put your learning to use. Help others through volunteering, charity work, or community initiatives. Use your Atlantean spiritual gifts of crystal healing and psychic arts. Your invocation, I will stop waiting and offer my light. How cool is that? So there, Malik, you've been given a very specific message for this year. Get up and busy. Amanda, I hope you enjoyed that, Malik. All right. Amanda, are you still floating around, darling? And is there anybody else that I have missed that would like to have a god, goddess, guardian to help support them this year? It's funny because there's quite the delay sometimes of between 30 seconds to a minute when I ask something like that. And then it's like, oh, that's right, you're talking to me. You're very welcome, Malik. Enjoy working with Ra this year. So if you're feeling confused or lost or just sort of like, I don't know what my direction is, you can tap in with Ra and ask them, show me what it is that I require to know. Show me where my direction, show me where I'm hiding myself. Show me my Atlantean gifts. And what I'm meant to be doing with that. Because it's a very different world that we live in now versus, Atlantean times. Marit. Cool. My Facebook people. Amanda, etc. They're still floating around. Happy to draw you a guardian goddess. God card. Marit, let me play for you. Let's see, who are you going to work with this year? Who would like to work with you? Sometimes it's the team member that we require, not necessarily the one that we would want. Just saying. All right. For this year, Marit. Interesting. You are invited to work with this beautiful goddess, Epona. Okay. So Epona, there she is. Isn't she amazing? All right, so you got earth magic. Mother Gaia is speaking. Nature's jewels bring healing and protection. Honoured among the Celts, Romans, and North Africans as a protector of horses, Epona was said to be the offspring of a mere and immortal king. Within feminine spirituality, she dwells in the forests as a fairy queen and can appear as a woman, a horse, and sometimes as a river or water spirit. She is an environmental warrior connecting humanity with the healing magic of nature. Her symbols are horses, cornucopia, and keys. This is a sign to enter swiftly into the healing power of nature. You require to connect with the magic that lies within the trees, plants, water, and crystals. You're being guided towards a special, natural setting to relax your body and engage your spirit. Be open to receiving a message delivered through your feelings and intuition. Queen Epona says, you're a crystal and nature healer. The jewels of the earth are calling to you. They bring spiritual protection and reattune you to magical powers. Listen to the messages given by the trees, streams, flowers, plants, and crystals. They hold vital keys to protecting Mother Gaia. They're also essential for your well-being and spiritual path right now. The elementals, nature spirits such as fairies, pixies, water sprites, and mermaids are deeply concerned about environmental damage and climate change. There is a message they wish to get through to you about this crucial issue. If you're already involved in the eco-activist projects, consider this card as a thank you and please keep going message from us. We know how deeply concerned you are about environmental issues. You can make a difference. Please continue with your much required efforts. Take regular breaks in nature and you'll hear us cheering you on. Additional meanings: take action on your ideas for helping the environment. Use vibrational flower essences and or herbal remedies. Move out of the city and closer to nature. Train as or visit a crystal healing practitioner. Epona is a protector of horses, so this card may represent a connection to a horse. Invocation: I now receive sacred medicine from nature. I support Earth's healing process. Okay. So yes, for this year, you're going to have a big focus, or can potentially have a very big focus on nature and enjoy working with Epona. And if you ever feel like you're a bit out of sorts and like a bit head foggy, you can call on her to help clear that. And she will also encourage you to get out and get moving. So if you're at home and you're feeling all a bit meh, and you just feel really unsettled, Like you don't want to sit down, you don't want to stand up, you don't want to lie down. That's a really big sign that your body is asking to get out in nature. Go to some garden somewhere, go to ideally like forest, lakes, rivers, streams, that sort of thing. Not so much ocean, but more foresty type stuff. But yeah, she's asking you to get out, get moving into nature. Okay. So yes, this year, big focus on connecting back with Mother Gaia. Enjoy that. Seeing where that may take you. All right. Fantastic. You're learning herbal stuff. That's wonderful. Keep going. Definitely. Speaks to you, all you have said. Meanwhile, I've been listening. Herbal. Yay. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Love it. So that was perfectly for you. All right. Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have. If there's anybody else who is watching right now who I have not pulled a card, a God Goddess card for, please let me know. Otherwise, we will be moving on to our meditation for today. Aww. Thank you, Marat. It's always nice to hear it though, isn't it? All right. God, I love that tea. Just a reminder, the tea that I'm drinking has rosemary, tulsi, because we love tulsi, spearmint, gucu cola, lavender, and ashwagandha. Lovely. Beautiful tea. Okay. Cool bananas. Oh gosh, I forgot to put the little banner across the bottom. Very well. All right, let us move into the meditation now. And we're going to use our weekly reading for a bit of inspiration for this meditation tonight. And if we recall, we had Rediscover Source and my son listens as well, but I cannot ask for him. Next time, perhaps. Why can you not ask for him? Would he like to know of a God, Goddess, or Guardian that would like to support him this year? He's welcome to say, you're welcome to ask him while you do that. So the second card that came out was talking about uncover the treasures of your hidden heart, creating healthy structures, and waiting for a solution. I don't know that it was in the same order, but anyway, I think we had healthy solution and then a structure. So as I am looking at these cards, there's, just to explain what's happening, is there's a download happening of the structure of the meditation that's coming through, and how I'm going to do it, what modality, where we're going to go with it, all that sort of stuff. Okay. So Marat's son has just popped up to say, yes, please. so that people know I'm doing for somebody specific. While that meditation is downloading as well. It's a lot that goes on in my brain in my energy fields when I do the show. It's fun. I like it. It stretches me. Oh, oh boy. Don't know how old your son is. My son listens and is eager to know he is in the middle of things, so to speak. Cool. Isis is coming to your son this year to help support him. Okay. So, Isis. It's about sacred contracts. Rise into your power and purpose. Heal the mother wound. How interesting. So we got the father wound for a female and we got the mother wound for a male. How interesting. Isis was worshipped in ancient Egypt for over 7,000 years. Her devotees were prevalent throughout both the Greek and Roman occupations of Egypt and spread into the wider Mediterranean. She encompassed magic power of all other deities and therefore was known as the Lady of 10,000 Names. Isis played a central role as a spiritual teacher and mother to the great leaders of the ancient Egyptian civilizations. Within goddess spirituality, she is known to hold unique keys to sacred feminine power. Mary Magdalene was initiated in her priestess magic under her tutelage. Queen Isis guards our sacred contracts to the great goddess. Sophia, by the way, in case you didn't know. She helps us rise above the past limitations to fulfill our soul's deepest role on earth. A life-transforming process is underway. Deep from the underbelly of the Great Mother, a wake-up call is sounding. Holding out her golden ankh symbol, Queen Isis speaks to you. It's time to develop and share your deepest soul gifts. You are activating sacred contracts to your divine feminine mission on earth. These are spiritual agreements that reside in your consciousness. There are many ways to hear your contracts. There are many ways to answer your contracts. If you commit to healing from trauma, you'll be an inspiring example. If you choose to live from your inner truth, you'll make it possible for others to do the same. Your sacred contracts are rooted in whatever you most dream of being, doing, and giving. One thing is clear. When you draw this card, you're expanding beyond all limited areas of who you are and what you think you can do. I bring your relationship with your mother into a healing space and may guide you into therapy. Don't fear this process, as it can bring karmic soul healing for your entire lineage, and you'll feel free to be fully yourself. Additional meanings. This is a message of love from your mother. Make a vision board to clarify what truly matters to you, or commit to your true purpose no matter what it takes. Your invocation. I stop playing small and expand beyond all previous limits. Wow. So that's pretty cool. So he's 18. Excellent. What a brilliant age. What a brilliant age. So there we go. Have him lean into working with Isis this year and learn more, find out what she's all about. And again, he can ask for Isis to show him where he's playing small and show him and give him that encouragement to keep leaning into what is actually his heart's desire. Make that vision board. Find out what it is that's sitting inside here, in the heart. Okay? So there we go. Message of love. Also, says from your mother, but it's also from the Great Mother Sophia. That's a pretty cool one. Very potent. So Zishan, I hope you both, Marat and your son, have a fabulous journey with both of your supporters for this year to come. How cool is that? So Zishan, would you like to see what God, Goddess, or Guardian would like to work with you this year? All right, I can show you. I can pull that for you. And if you would like, then I can do. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to the meditation that I do at the end of each show. Okay, let's jump up to here. Alrighty, so who would like to work with Zishan this year? Given your question, I'm not surprised. I'm grateful these are in alphabetical order. It makes my life a lot easier. So this year, if you choose to, the lovely goddess that would like to work with you, and in relation to your question, is this Kaddish. Okay, so Kaddish is about sexual wisdom. Embrace intimacy and celebrate your sexuality. So Kaddish is an ancient Egyptian goddess of sacred ecstasy. Her origins are in the Canaanite regions of ancient Levant. In the Middle East, her name was, I'm going to say Qudshu, which means Holy One. It is said that in Levant, the cult of Kodesh involved recreating the rite of sacred marriage. Priestesses, called holy or pure ones, may have been sacred prostitutes, women who offer sex as a sacrament or sacred feminine healing act. In Egypt, she rode naked on the back of a lion, holding a snake, a lotus flower, and papyrus plants. Kaddish possessed great knowledge of sexuality as an expression of the divine. This card signifies a time of sexual healing and new experiences of intimacy. Kaddish can activate your intimate wisdom about sex as a sacred, nourishing force. She says the easiest way to access your sexual spiritual knowledge is to tune into your body. Be still and become aware of your breath. If you can, place one hand on your heart area and the other hand on your belly, or simply focus on the sensations of your body. Imagine your sexual energy as a spark of light flowing through you. Ask yourself, what does my sexual wisdom wish me to know? Listen to the first feeling or impression that arises. If nothing comes, don't worry. You're tuning into your higher sexual consciousness, whether you know it or not. The insights may come hours, days, or weeks later. Maybe you wish to be more sexually expressive and creative, or do you require permission to experience with being polyamorous or celibate, for example? It could be that sexual blocks or trauma are coming up for healing. I'll lead you to the right support. Offer up all your desires and wishes about the sacred erotic to me. Let me bring you all of the sensual pleasure you deserve. Additional meanings: explore the sacred ecstasy rituals, how sex connects to the divine. Work with a sex therapist or relationship counselor. Communicate your sexual needs to your partner. Your invocation: my sexuality is natural. I'm worthy of ecstatic pleasures. Okay? So given what's happening there, and working with Kadesh, I would highly recommend that you book in or get a healing with someone who, like, for example, I've done a lot of healings both online and in person around this sort of stuff. There's often energetic blocks that are sitting within the uterus, etc. And that comes from all sorts of things, both familial and energetic, from past partners, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so she is inviting you to get in touch with what is the true you, your true femininity, and your true, to clear out and clean out your body so that it can be open and ready, in this case, because you're after a baby. So there we go. So work with Kadesh, and who knows what could happen for you this year. Okay. Hope that helps. Thank you, Andrea. That's beautiful. I appreciate that too. And thank you as a new subscriber. Andrea, would you like me to draw a card for you and see which god, goddess, or guardian would like to work with you this year? It's okay if you've popped in and then run away again. That's okay. So one of my journeys, so overall, oh yay, cool. One of my journeys has been around pregnancy. I've been pregnant 3 times, but I have no children. The interesting thing is that if you're looking at palm reading, I have on my palm, it says 3 children through here. And technically I've been pregnant 3 times. And with that journey, but also I looked at my natal chart, and my natal chart says 0 children. So when you put those 2 things together, it's like I was destined to be pregnant 3 times, but not destined to have children. I ended up working in a lot of children-based areas. I'm the eldest of 4, but I was always the mama bear to lots of other people and kids and stuff like that. I've often been in leadership roles where it's like those guiding, caring mother type roles as well. And as a healer, which is what I am, and who I be, that mothering instinct has been very strong my entire life. I mothered my mother. And once, when I was in the middle of the 2nd and 3rd pregnancies, that was when I welcomed in some energetic healing modalities into my life. And thanks to those energetic healing modalities, I was able to get pregnant the 3rd time. Although, as we know, as I've already said, the third pregnancy didn't work out, but the amount of dark, stuck energy around my uterus and my pelvic region was so intense. And when I had a healing session done, and this is a little bit of a TMI, but it's something that can happen. And for me, the focus was around clearing out, my reproductive organs, but that energy had to move out of my body. And so I detoxed through almost 24 hours with a break when I was sleeping of black diarrhea. Like literally black. This color here, it was that as it was coming out. 24 hours of it. Every hour, pretty much on the hour, off to the bathroom I went. But I felt really good and really, really super light. So please know that, because when I was in my 20s, the one thing I wanted the most in the world was to be a mum. There is a book called The Values Factor by Dr. John DeMartini. And within that book, he talks about where there are voids in your life. So for me, being a mum was a big void. But what I did is I filled up that void by being mum to many others in many other capacities. And sometimes that meant that I had to be the disciplinarian in some of my roles. Sometimes that meant I was the kind, cuddly auntie. Sometimes it meant that I was, obviously going through that pregnancy thing 3 times. And one of the greatest things that I learned throughout all of it is that just because I wasn't able to have kids in the end, it wasn't part of my destiny. I was still able to be that loving capacity for others regardless. So there we go. Just saying. All righty, Andrea. Thank you very much for waiting. Let me grab your card. Oh, yes, and stress does not help. It does not help at all. Okay, truth for Andrea for this year. Yep. Cool. We haven't seen this one tonight. Okay. Andrea, you got Artemis, which is brave spirit. Set out on your own path. The wilderness is calling. Artemis, or Diana to the Romans, is a Greek goddess of the wilderness, nature, childbirth, and the moon. The temple built in her name at Ephesus was one of the 7 wonders of the world. Revered for her courage and untamed energy, Artemis is the protectress of women. She was patron deity of an ancient female warrior race called the Amazons. Oh my goodness. Artemis and the Amazons are considered the original feminists, as they lived outside of the prevailing patriarchy. Artemis represents the independent wild female spirit beyond patriarchal societal control. With her band of woodland nymphs, she roamed freely, immersed in nature, unconstrained by notions of what or who she should be. You may be feeling filled with self-doubt, but Artemis is here to fire up your courage. Be daring and step into uncharted territory. Watch the fears just melt away as you embrace your inner warrior. Developing self-sufficiency is a positive step for you now. Do you ever spend time alone to nourish your inner life? Artemis invites you to view solitude as an essential spiritual practice, especially if you rarely have an interval between intimate relationships or are always surrounded by people. The wilderness is a term that describes both the uncultivated natural world and a state of inner oneness, which has always existed within you. The wilderness within can often be discovered through communion with external wilderness. Whether it's a spiritual retreat in the forest or just an hour away from regular life in the local park, meditate and ask yourself, what might my brave spirit wish for me to know? Let the answer arrive like one of Artemis's arrows. Let this arrow pierce and dissolve all your fears of independence, adventure, and new territories. Additional meanings: be proactive in women's rights and or initiatives that protect women from harm and injustice. Could be to take a vision quest or a nature retreat, or engage in outdoor pursuits such as hiking, horse riding, or wild swimming. Or being more independent will benefit you now. Your invocation: my spirit is free, I am my own authority. So there we go. She is who can support you this year. Enjoy working with Artemis if you choose to. She's there to help you this year, be part of your spirit team, and encourage your wildness within you. So there we go. Enjoy working with her. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming to play with that. Need to drink some water. Oh. Finish my tea. And some water. Lovely. All right. So let us work with the messages. How do you work with her? The same as all of us do. When you're in a space of meditation, so meditation is very simple. And what I'll do is I'll show you how to do that tonight, okay, in just a moment. And what it is meditation. I think people get into a bit of a kerfuffle around what meditation is. And I know, because I used to. I was like, I can't quieten my mind. I can't do that. I can't just blank everything out. It's like there's too much going on, especially while I was in survival mode. There was no bloody way I could calm my mind. But what I did discover, actually, this is even easier than what I was going to say before. Have you got anything in, are you able to have crystals in your window that produce rainbows on your wall? I call it rainbow gazing. Rainbows for me are very special. And if you've got a crystal in your window that captures the light and you can watch the rainbows, set a timer for, say, 10 minutes, 5 minutes to start off with. Make it really easy on yourself. And if you get to 5 minutes and you feel like I'm still going, then do another 5 minutes. It's no big deal. And all you have to do is watch the rainbows. Thoughts will come, thoughts will go. Just watch the rainbows. Okay? And do that for 5 minutes. It's called active meditation, where you're doing nothing but just watching the rainbows. You can just follow them around the wall. And then once you've done 5 minutes, ask for, in your case, Artemis. Artemis, can you please come forward now and show me whatever it is. Show me where I require to be in my wildness. Show me the parts of me that require healing. And just be open and continue to watch the rainbows for another 5 minutes or so. And what you'll notice is that, and anybody who's watching this can use this tool, right? I've done it many, many times myself, even when I was in the highest levels of stress, the highest levels of like survival mode, because I didn't know whether I was going to be able to eat next week, that sort of thing. So I know what it's like to struggle. And watching rainbows on the wall for 5 to 10 minutes of a day brought me back to peace. And it's a beautiful opening because you've made your mind peaceful. So then you can actually work with your team, your spirit team. So for each of you who I've pulled a card for, a god, goddess, or guardian, they are now a part of your spirit team. And you can ask them to work with you. Okay? And all you have to do is just be quiet and allow them to come in. Ask them. Any of your spirit team. You just ask. Ask and ye shall receive. And it's one of those beautiful principles that's in the Bible. It's not just the Bible. It's a metaphysical quantum dynamics principle that's been there way beyond the Bible. Where do you think the Bible got it from? And it already existed before the Bible. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It has been there for so, so long. Many, many incarnations of this earth. And the people's on it. So work with them. Ask. Ask for them to come in. And be open to receiving the messages. And some of them might sound absolutely bonkers. Like the one I was saying earlier tonight around, I have to have my passport done in March because apparently something's going to go wackadoodle with my homeland government in June. It's like, okay, cool. I didn't know where that came from. So I'll listen. And what I would suggest is you have a pad and paper next to you and just write shit down as it comes out. Because more than likely what will happen is the information will download really quickly. And unless you write it down, you might feel like it's lost. It's not lost. It's just hidden in, it's not hidden as such. It's just embedded into your energy space rather than your conscious mind. So the front of mind, it'll be hidden and more so in the subconscious. The energy will still be there. So have a pen and paper next to you and write the stuff down as it comes in. And that will be helpful to you. All right? Okay. Let us do our meditation now. Thank you for that question, Andrea. That was beautiful. Yeah, I have a few crystals hanging up. I've got one more. I got gifted one for Christmas. And I'm like, oh, where am I going to put you? So I'm looking forward to figuring that out. I may actually put it in my kitchen. So I have one on each side. So at different times of the year, whether it be winter or summer, I'll get rainbows both sides. Love it. Okay. Uncovering the hidden treasures of your heart. So you can relax and not be trying to push for a solution. Okay. And also so that we can create some healthy structures. Let us work with this full moon energy, which is for me tonight, tomorrow night. So it's the 3rd, but of course we're getting pretty close to midnight here. So the full moon will be up and about. And for if you're in the northern hemisphere, You'll be working in shadow period at the moment, which will still be just as freaking potent. So that's pretty cool. All right. If you can, and it is safe to do so, please close your eyes. Take a big deep breath in. And breathing out. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up. Breathing out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Bringing Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. And as you breathe out, bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Becoming aware of your body. Becoming aware of your breath. Your internal organs. Your heart. Your blood. Your throat. Your eyes. Your ears. And now stretch out your awareness in a big bubble all around you to the size of the room that you're in. All the way up to the ceiling and the floor and all the way out to the walls. Now expanding out your awareness in a big, big bubble with you in the center, up into the sky and down into the earth. And now expanding out your awareness larger than the country that you're on. Expanding out your awareness greater than the planet. Expanding out your awareness greater than the solar system. Expanding out your awareness greater than the galaxies. Expanding out your awareness greater than the universes. Taking a nice big deep breath in. And breathing out. And now focusing on your body once more. And you're going to grab your sense of allowance. Your sense of allowance gives you the ability to perceive, know, be, and receive the energies, the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are floating around you every day. From no point of view, from that neutral space where you can then choose whether you respond or not, whether you just float on by. When your allowance is really contracted, it's like you'll feel like a little pebble at the bottom of a raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you'll feel bashed and trashed and at the effect of everybody else's stuff, whether you know them or not. And when you expand out your allowance, it becomes like you're a nice fluffy cloud. And you're floating along and you see that raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And you see it for exactly what it is. It's not something to hurt or harm you. It's just energy. And because you're greater than that energy, you're more spacious than that energy, you don't have to play in that river. You can choose to just float on by. It's okay. It doesn't bother you. Little things that would once have bothered you don't anymore. Plans changing at the last minute doesn't bother you People cutting you off on traffic. Doesn't bother you. That's the gift of expanding out your allowance. So now take your allowance and expand it out beyond your body. Expanding out your allowance greater than the size of the building that you're in, up into the earth, up into the sky and down into the earth, in a big, big bubble. Expanding out your allowance greater than the size of the country, greater than the planet. Expanding out your allowance greater than the solar system, greater than the galaxies, greater than the universes. And now expanding out your allowance greater than your awareness. Taking a big deep breath in now. And breathing out. And now we're going to go to theta, to the theta plane. We're going to do this healing, this uncovering and this unlocking of the secret hidden treasures of your heart. Within the space of theta healing, of the theta plane, the seventh plane of existence, where you're completely 100, infinitely surrounded by unconditional love. So now imagine that there is a bright white opalescent light shining into your heart. And this bright white opalescent light goes into your heart space, down your body, through your legs, through your feet, all the way down to the center of Mother Earth. It curls around the center of Mother Earth and then moves all the way back up, gathering with it any crystalline energies that are required for this session today. Moving up through your feet, through your legs, all the way up through your body, creating a big bubble above your head. And now imagine that you're inside that bubble and you're floating up higher and higher, past the planets, through the golden light and the dark light, through the rainbow jelly light clouds of the laws and through the pink misty clouds. You'll see a big, big opening with bright white opalescent light streaming out it. Go through that opening until you're completely surrounded by the bright white opalescent light. Might feel like you're standing underneath the sun, and the sun's warm rays of unconditional love are shining down all over you. Take a big, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, the bubble around you will dissolve. Taking another big, deep breath in, and this time the unconditional love is coming in through your body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, your body relaxes. Breathing in, bringing that unconditional love right down to your very tips of your fingers and your toes. Up ahead of you is a doorway. There's no door, it's just an archway. Your archway will be unique to you. Have a look at this archway. Is it curved at the top? Is it square? Does it have patterns on it? Or is it plain? Is it made of stone or brick or concrete or wood? What is it for you? And just take note of that for yourself. The more that you can visualize it and see it, the easier it will be for you to connect. You see through that archway a corridor. And at the end of that corridor is a big open room. And you can see someone in the distance holding a box. You start to walk towards that archway. You are surrounded by unconditional love, and it feels good and it's supporting you. And as you move towards this archway, you notice that there is a shimmering light where there would be a door. And this shimmering light is a little bit like a waterfall. The closer you get to it, the easier it is to see. Through this shimmering light waterfall, the person on the other side holding that box comes into and out of view. You put your fingers out into that water, into this waterfall, this rainbow-like waterfall. And you see and feel that this waterfall is lightly tickling the hairs in your skin. And as you pull your hand out towards you, you notice that there are little sparkles left on your hands. And where once there seemed to be tightness or tension in your fingertips and your hands, there is none anymore. And so you place and move more of your arms through that waterfall, and you move out again. And all of the aches and the pain, even the stuff that you hadn't acknowledged, where you have been carrying the emotional weight of everybody else around you, not only from this lifetime, but from all lifetimes, is being washed away. The waterfall, the rainbow waterfall at this archway is cleansing and clearing you of the energies that are no longer yours to take care of. You place, with some glee, one foot under the waterfall, and then pull it out. And then the other foot, and then pull it out. And you feel how light your feet feel. You move one leg into it and then come out, and then the other. And everywhere that you have been preventing yourself from moving forward because of the thoughts or words of other people is all melted away. And you feel so light. Like there is nothing stopping you. And so you move, and with a lot of bravery and courage, you move one half of your body through the waterfall and then move it back out again. And you can feel the difference when nobody else's thoughts, feelings, or emotions are being locked into your body, into your mind, into your ear, your eye, your mouth, your throat, your shoulder, your heart. And at this point, you're like, heck, just do the lot. And so you walk through that waterfall completely. And you stand on the other side of that waterfall and just feel so light. Having now washed away with the beautiful unconditional love of the universe, of Creator, of Sophia. Washing away all of the stuff that has kept you back from your heart's desire. As you marvel at all the sparkles which are left on your body, the sparkles of possibilities, which are now gently sitting on your skin and on your clothing. You reach up and you touch your cheeks. And you feel your face as if it is a newborn face for the first time. And your fingers are filled with unconditional love for you. You move your hands down your arms and across your body, enjoying, maybe for the very first time, your body feeling light and happy and loved. 100% unconditionally, infinitely loved. You move your hands down your legs to your feet. And for perhaps the very first time, really appreciate and have gratitude for the work that your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, and your thighs have had for you. They have worked so hard carrying you through this world. And now you can see and appreciate all of that, and you're so overflowing with gratitude. And as you rub your skin and the sparkles float in and around you, you notice that there's flowers that are growing on the ground at your feet. And the flowers that are growing at your feet are going to be unique to you. And as you look up and you see that there are flowers that are growing in a pathway up the hallway towards that big, great room. You move up the hallway towards the person who is standing in the middle of that hallway. And the person that is standing in the middle of that hallway is indeed that most special member who has been welcomed to help you this year. The god, goddess, or guardian is standing there now. And your pathway of flowers leads all the way to them. And as you're still marveling at how light and floaty and excited and delicious and exuberant your body feels now, you smiled the biggest, most glorious smiles as you approach your guardian, goddess, most special member that is going to help you, your ascended master, who is going to help you, support you in this year to come. In whatever form they are choosing to show up to you today is how they will work with you this year. In their hands, they have a very special container. What they are holding, this very special container or box, again, will be unique to you. What does it look like? Is it wooden? Is it crystal? Is it more like an energy sphere? What is it made of for you? As you approach your most special ascended master, they invite you to sit on a big, beautiful seat of lotus, a massive lotus flower. And you sit on this flower, and you can perceive the energy of Mother Earth rolling up through your body. And as you feel your cortisol starting to slow, it calms down. And the lotus moves through your body, the energy of the lotus and Mother Gaia moves through your body, activating your feel-good hormones, your dopamine, and your oxytocin, all the feel-good stuff, the happy hormones. And the happy hormones move through your body, and as you become aware of the happy hormones moving through your body, you see the masculine, the divine masculine and the divine feminine sides of you so crystal clear. You can see now where your feminine balance and your masculine balance is at. Are they equal? Is one a bit bigger than the other? This is all just information for you to work through. And now as you look up at your Ascended Master, and you're just at peace, you perceive their energy and they are peace. And they are radiating unconditional love towards you, around you. And as you become very, very aware of that unconditional love that's coming from your Ascended Master, you then return the unconditional love. And your Ascended Master smiles. Because in this moment, you are learning what it means to be a healer with just your presence. Sometimes it's not what you do. It's how you choose to show up in the world. In fact, it's most of the time. You don't have to be doing big, grandiose things in the world to have a positive effect, to have a healing effect on those around you. Every single little ripple that you create that allows people to become more conscious, more aware, is part of your role as one of the many healers in this world. And as you have now tapped in with Mother Gaia, you've allowed yourself to relax. You've equally received and gifted energy between you and your higher self and your Ascended Master. The Ascended Master now takes the container that is in front of them, the box, and hands it to you. You gently move forward to receive that treasure chest. And you hold it in some reverence for a time. You observe it close up now. You see the patterns, you see the texture. You observe closely what it is made from. You look up at your Ascended Master. With a question in your eyes of, may I? And your Ascended Master says, but of course, it is yours. So with gentle honoring hands, you open the box, the container, the treasure chest. And within this box are the treasures of your hidden heart. And in this moment, you look up and you see that the room that you're in is actually your heart. It's warm and cozy. And you can in the distance hear the gentle ta-thump, ta-thump, ta-thump. You'd peer a little deeper into that box. And for some of you, your greatest purpose, your inner purpose, your soul purpose will jump out at you almost. For others of you, you will open that box and you may only see one or two things. And for some others, you may think you see nothing. Wherever you are on the scale, take note of that. For the ones who see nothing, this part is especially for you. If you've only seen one or two things, this part is for you too, if you desire. Because sometimes all we require is one or two things to know what our heart's desire is, to know what our beautiful purpose is in the world. And while you might be thinking, oh gosh, it has to be something big and bold, it does not have to be. For those of you who have opened your box and have seen nothing but darkness, I'd like you now to look up at your Ascended Master and really absorb how they see you. Allow their energy, their emotion of how they see you, seeing you through their eyes. Receive that through your very, very cellular structure. Allow it to swirl around you, pulling away any other last little fragments of judgment or resentment that you have in your heart. Pulling away those chains and the lead weights which are holding you down. Pulling away the blinders of your eyes so you can see with full, total clarity. And now look down into that box again. And what you're looking for will now either really appear, or you may get a color or a concept. You may get a word. It might be hiding down in one of the corners. And if you give it a little touch, that little wee corner, remembering this is your hidden treasures, the treasures of your hidden heart. So touching that little wee bit in the corner there, gently and lovingly bringing it out, allowing it to blossom. Beautiful. See what is in the box and have it swirling around you. Acknowledge the gift of your box, of your beautiful sacred vessel. No matter what it is that you have received, it is perfect for you. And as you look up into the eyes of your Ascended Master Guardian, thanking them for this incredible gift at this time of the year, and moving and thanking them in advance for supporting you for this year to come. You now both stand from your lotus flower chairs, holding each other, and then parting ways with a gentle adieu until we see each other again. You look up to the ceiling and smile with a little shake of your head, thinking, how is this even possible? But wow, that's so cool. And you move back down the hallway, along your path of petals and flowers, back through to the archway, and you turn just before going through the waterfall and glance again at your ascended master, who is smiling sweetly with strength and knowing and peacefulness. You breathe in and smell the scent of all of that deliciousness. You hold the box close to your chest, and as you move through the waterfall, the box integrates into your body. But it's open now. You have seen it consciously. You have seen the gifts inside that are just for you. Curated not only by your ascended master, but by your higher self within your own heart for your own unique journey. And now as you float down from the seventh plane, from the theta plane, moving down through the pink misty clouds and through the rainbow jelly light clouds, moving all the way back through to your body. Take a big deep breath in and out. And now imagine that you're standing on a big, beautiful river rock, and you can feel the warmth of Mother Earth underneath your feet. Taking a big deep breath in once more and breathing out. Breathing in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. And breathing out, bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. Breathing Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. And bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. When you're ready, open your eyes. For self-care, please now have a drink of water. You may also be after something salty because you've just done some energy work. And energy work requires you to have a little bit of salt afterwards. I'd love to know
I'd love to know, how did that meditation land for you? Pop it in the comments when you're ready to. I certainly got some awarenesses for me too. I hope the rest of your week goes brilliantly well. And that I pray that this new moon energy, apparently it's a super moon, so enjoy that, contributes to you receiving all of your heart's desires over this year to come. Whether that be personally, professionally, in relationship, financially, abundantly. From my heart to yours, may you have a most excellent week. Get out there, do something tasty for yourself. Be bold, be brave, and be you, my beautiful friends. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.